Welcome to Bid on You, the podcast, where we help you navigate the chaos of life and experience the bliss of backing yourself. Hosted by yours truly, Marissa Lee. Every Friday, we sit down with creatives, artists, influencers, and just the regular folks to talk dating, adulting, faith, culture, and all the random thoughts in between. It's time to bid on you. So let's start the show. Hello. Welcome back to Bid on You. Mm-hmm. New year.
Yeah.
Same us. Well, loosely. We'll get to that. Today, we are joined by, I was going to say braids. Mm-hmm. You know what? Just introduce yourself. Because I'm not going to play with you today.
Braids is what she has known me in this era of my life.
Oh, it's an era.
But yeah, it's an era. I've lived many lives. But I'm Chanel. Hey, y'all. Just a little black girl from Tucson.
And that's not something you hear every day.
That's very true.
But we are going to be talking about living life for ourselves rather than for the applause of the masses, of the people. Mm-hmm. And I think everyone has an opinion, right? Mm-hmm. So how do we stop trying to shape that? And how do we stop being so concerned about that? So stick around and let's start the show. But before we even really do that, be sure to rate the show, follow the show, like the show, hit download so you don't miss any episode drops. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok while it lasts. We have an exciting year ahead. Merch, membership events.
Okay, membership.
In Jesus' name, make sure y'all locked in.
Okay.
Don't want to miss it. And I don't want to miss this. So let's dive right in.
Let's jump.
We're going to get right into the tea. I'm trying to cut out my blabbering.
Why we like that? I think we enjoy
I don't for editing purposes. So we'll just jump right into this whole context. Okay, so social media, as the girls say, it's known as like the highlight reel, right? People show you what they want you to see. Lord willing, except for like that weird trend where someone goes through a breakup and on TikTok they're like,
it's very dramatic, yeah.
Other than that, you don't really show your crying moments, your crazy moments. So with that, I think social media plays into a lot of like our generation kind of growing up with that down back to the Miss MySpace.
Top 8.
Hello and tag a friend, all of that.
Tag a friend.
That really built something
had
in
like
us.
a coding background a little bit.
Background in coding is crazy.
I mean, we were.
Coding's on her resume and she means when she put a Soulja Boy song on her.
Junior, hire me.
Anyway, so why do you think? Because I'm not going to do this. See how she trying to lie already and shape the opinions of others?
Hey.
That's what we're here to address today.
We, it's a work in progress.
We thank God for his hand. Okay, so why do you think so many of us chase approval from others and kind of like to that same end of social media, like that need for validation? Do you think it's because of social media? Do you think it's like a natural human instinct? Like what is that in us that's like, okay, I need people to see me and think she doing big things popping, little things stopping.
I mean, I think we are internet babies. Like we grew up with socials. We grew up with the internet. So I think when we are having our lives play out online, it's kind of hard not to want to compare yourself to the girl that you grew up with and went to middle school with, and she probably wasn't that cute, and then all of a sudden now she has a glow up, and then you're like, ooh, I'm really fascinated, like what happened? Because I remember had crazy acne, and she had crazy she had bifocals, and now she's like married with 3 kids and she looks great. So that's hard as a human being to be like, dang, like I remember what Susie looked like, and now she over here being bad. So it's like
weird.
It's a little weird. You know what I'm saying?
I also think that on the other cue, not saying we ever gave Susie. It never gave Susie.
I mean, for me, I had a glow up. So I'm probably speaking by myself.
I think it's more so everyone does. You were in middle school. I would hope so. The people that didn't, like the girls nowadays that are in 6th grade with lashes down to the schoolhouse, I pray for them because where do you have to go? You're peaking in 6th grade.
Where are you going? Yeah, that's real.
Imagine peaking in 6th grade.
I know people that peaked in high school, but 6th grade is actually super
There's
problematic.
Nothing.
Yeah, because where do you go?
We've got to step in. I think we've got to be the change we wish to see.
Yeah,
but pray for those. Pray for the kids. Really, the children. How they gonna be our future when they're our present?
Ooh, clock it, because that is
finna give past. Finna give past. Okay, ghost of Christmas past. But I think like as Black girly pops growing up in predominantly white spaces,
for sure,
my friends and I joke about this a lot of like, okay, you barely would give me the time of day, and now you're on my page.
Yeah.
Hey, like, what's up?
I know.
So I think that they think we're the Susies in their stories.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, been bad. Just wasn't white.
Oh,
spoiler.
Listen, and then growing up in Tucson, it's even more niche because like it's only 5% Black people in my city, so like you're scraping. Oh, literally. I mean, it's probably only about like in the greater state. I would probably say it's probably less than that, but that's not the point. The point is,
it should be,
when you grow up on social media and you're seeing people's lives, it's hard not to compare. But I think that the validation that we're probably seeking from either like a mother, father figure may not have been there. So you go to those places to be like, well, how do I get that affirmation? At least for me, I know that I was like a serial people pleaser. And because of that, I think I took a lot of like external validation of being like, let me make sure I show up for you. Maybe make sure I'm like the best of friend. Maybe make sure I'm always there, and let me do everything to break my back to make sure that this person can like get whatever they need to the detriment of my own like happiness or just like pursuit of like what I wanted, because my identity was tied to the affirmation of that, what that person was going to do for me. So it made it be like, dang. So it's a real deep, I think it's deeper than I think we actually probably want to talk about. But like, yeah, I mean, surface level, yes, we want to compare our lives, but I think there's obviously layers. There's layers to everything. Like, it's not just going to be like the initial thing that you think. Oh, never. Is, so
yeah, and I mean, when have we ever stayed on the surface? To be fair,
you know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how deep we gonna get.
That's our problem. I think like, because that kind of goes into the next bit, but I do want to. I want to stay there for a minute, as the pastors say, because let's go there. Let's go there, as they say. Because I think from my end, I don't know that I would like when you said the parent thing. I think mine is more so. I resonated more with like the people pleasing, the recovering perfectionism of it all. And then kind of going back to what I said about the spaces we grew up in. For sure. I do think that they are innately, as a Black woman, but more specifically a Black woman in America specifically, really worldwide, there is this innate experience or innate thing riddled into our experience of having to prove ourselves, having to be not what people think, or having to be better than they think, or having to be better than like anybody else so we can hopefully be thought about. Like there's just so much that goes into that. Correct. And so I think because of that, it's natural that like social media is an extension of us having to curate an image, because we have to curate an image to even be seen.
That's real. I agree 1,000%. Yeah, especially if you grew up in a space where it's like performance was like rewarded.
The way you,
so like
the way you even the playing field.
Exactly. So
it's
if
kind of like pretty for a Black girl.
Yes. Oh God.
But like being smart, being driven, accomplishing things, and then kind of like liking that in general. If you're like an ambitious person, whatever that is, like if you're a hard worker, then it is exciting to be like, look at this work thing I did. Yeah. But then it's like, where is the line between with TikTok, right? Like, where's the line? I can't go nowhere. People I don't even know was at this wedding this past weekend that we maybe went to college with, but we have not spoken. What's going on with TikTok? I was like, I didn't even know that you followed me to know that I worked there. Right. People thought I was show. They thought I was a CEO. They thought I was at the inauguration. Come on. And they should have never thought that.
Come on, Miss TikTok.
Like, whoa. Like people really.
They follow your life.
They do, but they attach meaning that like, then it's almost like a performance to maintain that.
Yes.
Versus like, how do you feel? It's like, well, people expect this of me. Okay, but what do you expect?
That's real. I mean, I'm trying to think about like a specific context that I feel like people, I mean, again, I've lived so many different lives. I feel like online and just as a person, and literally I have like several lives, like a feline cat, but I don't know. I mean, I definitely resonate with what you're saying. Like, I think people will look at you and be like, oh, like I was in tech. So like a lot of my identity was in the tech world too. So
Black women in STEM.
Come on, Black women in STEM. Black women in tech. Yes. So it was like, oh, my whole identity was in that like performance of being like, oh, you know, I made it. There's a whole reason why I ended up in LA. So like my life became that.
Fair. Okay.
So people were following me for the tech journey or trying to get in or wanting a referral. So then I felt like I had to keep up with that too. And then I don't know, it's just been a different referrals. Like, you know, people want to get in. You remember the tech boom? Like everybody wanted to.
Hell out of you.
Everybody and their mama there. If you get online, there was like, how to get into tech.
Literally, still. And I'm like, girl, here's the thing. Well, Because the girlies were saying the other day, I saw TikTok the other day, was like, how are y'all that aren't dating drug dealers or like selling your vagina
Like,
online?
how are you
making this level of salary? And everybody was like, tech. And I was like,
I didn't know it was still like booming like that. I thought like after the last couple of layoffs that it was
given Afrotech, yeah, I don't know that it's where it was.
Okay, yeah.
But like it's like established that reputation, I think.
Fair.
So it's resting on its laurels.
Yeah.
But like Afrotech, for example, this past year.
You went to Afrotech?
No, but apparently everybody else did. Like
went.
I've never gone. Lord willing, I say I'll go this year coming. But like, I don't know now because now it's just giving
That's how
black
you used
folks.
to get the men's apparently.
That's what the girls say.
That's what it used to be. Like Karen would talk about going to.
But that's the problem. Because people that work down to the KFC, no tea, no shade to the KFC, but they were there. So like it was just Afro no tech.
That's
is what I heard.
No, Afro no tech is actually kind of crazy.
It's crazy. Like we could just do that.
We
down
could do that
to everyday people.
Yeah, we really
bring
could.
back the straights to everyday people.
You know, I call it Pride at the Beehive for a reason.
Was there ever a time when you realized that you were living? This is what you just said. Like you said that you were trying to think of a specific time. So I hope you got it because I have to move on from that. That's silly. When you realized you were Pride at the Beehive.
It is Pride at the Beehive. Bring back the straights.
If you're not in LA,
but it's inclusive.
Beehive,
we obviously want everybody there, but like, you know,
facts.
Can
please.
we balance it out? Like,
I prefer to be the girls in the gays,
even the
but
ratio.
I want a few straights to just like see me in my shorts,
just to see and look, and not be like, oh hey sis and sis and sis and sis.
Like I'm looking at you like you fine, and you looking at him like he fine.
Like
we looking for the same thing,
and I don't want to do that.
So you doing the bending?
Like, so you doing the bending?
Ain't nobody bending. So you doing the bending?
Well, you know,
that's Pride of the Beehive,
but
Beehive is where it's hosted in LA. So I don't know what it's called in New York and South Africa and where they be every other day.
They do be in South Africa.
They be everywhere. I be like, y'all everywhere but LA. Remember your roots.
Dang,
no tea, no shade to everyday people, but with being in charge of your narrative.
Yes.
Was there a time where you realized you were living for other people's approval or like expectations? And if so, what was your wake up call? What made you want to change that? And how did you change it?
Yeah. So when I first moved to LA, I came here because of tech. So I was like, well, I was already kind of like a party girl. Like in Tucson, I was trying to make it a niche. And I threw black networking events. Yeah, called Nosh and Net. Hey, for those of people that remember it, Nosh, like you're eating and you're drinking and you're vibing, and then Net, not Nosh and Net, like networking. It was cute, and the brand was called Curated Color, and we threw these events. Yeah, like I was again
not CultureCon or CCNYC came along and took it from you.
They robbed my IP, but I didn't really do what I needed to do with it. But so shout out to her. So for the thing, I was doing those events, and then when I came to LA, like I still kind of like upped my little partying, but it wasn't like the networking. So I tried to keep up with like, oh, I'm outside. Like we used to have, me and my friends used to call ourselves Mixie. Like, we'd be like, oh, the Mixie girls. Like we out. Yeah. Like we would be out.
You want it to be called Mixie?
We just came up with the name. Like honestly, it's not really.
It's a negative connotation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can accept that because I was Mixie and quite, if I'm not, and a little whorish. So it probably did have that negative connotation that you're thinking about. So
and you didn't care. You were like, I didn't care.
It was fun. I was like, you know what? Absolutely. And so by the time I got to LA, yes, I had the expectation to continue that, but it actually just grew into more horror activity and to be more mixiness to the point where I was out like 5-6 times a week. So yes, the approval of being like
where
so when I moved in 2021, this was this is post pandemic LA, so people wanted to be outside, so there was always things going on.
And I tell you all the time, it's different
not
than
it
was pre-panty, but like even 2021 truly
that was a time.
Out. I had a boyfriend. That should tell you we was outside. I was in a whole relationship.
I had many.
So maybe
I had tons of strange men up and through my apartment, bro.
So
but 2021 LA was a different time. So like I was living up to the expectation. I would always feel like I had the need to like post a story or post something to be like, oh my God, like
I'm alive.
Yes, because people would DM me if I would like not post for like 2 or 3 days, or God forbid I wouldn't post for like a week. People would hit me like, hey, you okay? Like, you good? Like, oh, I missed. So then I felt the need to be like, oh, I need to tell people my business again, or oh, I need to document where I'm at again. Like, it got unhealthy to be honest. Yes, which is crazy because I don't know who I thought I was. To be honest,
I was gonna say, did you have a bit of a following, or
guess I don't know. I don't know. I never really tried to. I wouldn't say I was like this like micro influencer type vibe.
Maybe nano.
Maybe I guess nano would be the vibe. I know I'm a girl of influence in real life. That's the thing, because it's a true thing. But like, do I use it to actually make it be a thing? No, because I feel like it's kind of corny. And I don't know. I feel like that's something I have to work through. But I don't really want to do that.
To be like, look, I'm outside.
Yeah, or like try to make it be like a life that I'm like, I want to be able to post when I want to, not because I have to. So I think that's...
And I think the problem with that is having a frontal lobe. Like, I'm 100% so for real. Like, even with my virality of all of that, like, that also was still right. My lobe had actually just got ready to download. It was maybe a week or two before my lobe locked. But then, like, I was like, wait, we're out here. And my lobe was like... Good morning.
Yeah.
And so I have a TikTok about this where I'm like, what is the connection between your frontal lobe developing and telling your business on the internet?
That's
because
the
Clarks of the world.
What were your discoveries?
I mean, this was open. The psychologists, please.
Oh, tell us.
We need the research. I give the people I'm finna go around. Go back to school for psychology. Because I was a sociology minor. You know,
degree.
I ain't doing nothing.
Black.
Just get another degree. Telling you last year, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And now I'm like,
she got another degree. Congrats to that, actually.
Thank you, sister.
USC.
But maybe now, fight on. Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah. I do it. Yeah.
Apparently now it's going to be psychology. But anyway, I just think, a part of that, like living for the applause, as Lady Gaga, the prophetess, said, well, loosely, you strict, but is more so being younger, right? You're shaping your identity. So people have an ability to have a louder voice in that because you don't really know what it is yet. And I think adding social media into that, you are seeking that approval that you would seek in real life, but like in front of an audience, which is even worse. Because that's forever, and there's strangers there.
And with people you don't even know. Like, I had made so many internet friends at that time.
I've never laid eyes on.
That I've never met in person. But, like, we would talk but they would talk about my life as if they knew me, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Sometimes it's fun, but it's also scary.
But it's
also
crazy.
Way.
Yes, I'm saying. Like, me saying I have an internet bestie and I've never met this person is kind of crazy.
Not a catfish. So what would you say, like, was your wake up call to be like, this is crazy? And
so therapy helped me a lot. We recommend I'm one of those people that believe in therapy and Jesus.
That part.
So I started with therapy first and then Jesus came later. But it was a lot of internal stuff that I didn't realize I was trying to feed and
come on, feed.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't have a great help like self-worth and self-view also. So it just a lot. It just was. It was all kind of attached. Like there were just like a lot of tentacles that kind of drove the reason why I felt like I wanted to keep up with the Joneses. I wanted to make sure that like my life compared to the people I went to high school with, because I went to a private white high school. So like it was also hard because I was one of three, shout out to my best friend Jaime, one of two Black girls in our entire graduating high school class. So it was it's just being brought up in that type of environment. Yeah.
We were all set up.
I definitely feel like I was set up to like want to compare my life because.
Not even just comparison. I think. Yes, but it's like, if I had no choice, forgive me for now having to break a habit that wasn't even on me to form.
Exactly.
Like, literally everything was quite naturally going to be compared about you because it was already assumed that you were less. That's the world that we live in.
That's real.
So it's like, I have to compare to be safe. Ooh, come on, Holy Spirit. Come in the room. You better give revelation. I have to compare to be safe. Like, I need to be able to assess. It's the hypervigilance, right? I need to be like, okay, do they think that I'm excellent? Because if they think I'm excellent, then maybe I can get a fraction of what I really deserve.
Yeah.
So when I lose and I put my blinders on, that's dangerous. Like, I need you to see me in this way so that I can have access to opportunities that I should have anyway.
Yeah.
But I think what God has really been doing continually, I thought it was a 2024 thing, but here we are in 2025 still ironing out some kinks.
Okay.
It's just stripping that. And I told him the other day, I asked, Lord, I love you so much.
You could tell him.
Why are you treating me like, who's that? Was that Solomon? Who was it where he was like, I left the stump? That wasn't Solomon.
I left the stump.
Yeah, is it Hezekiah? Hezekiah had his head on straight, but somebody in the Bible, he talks about, I'm looking up, he talks about how he left the stump. So he's like, Jacob? I broke you down, but I didn't completely end you. I left the stump of who you were and rebuilt it. Basically, it just talks about, like literally the command to leave the stump of the tree and its roots in the ground means this: your kingdom will be given back to you. This will happen when you learn.
He didn't completely cut him down. He just kind of was like, hey, you need a lesson, so we still want you to grow, where you need you to be. Yeah, I get it.
Here it is. Honestly, this is ERV. What is that?
I have no idea.
I don't even know what ERV is.
Translation is that? Come on,
hold on, y'all.
Espanol?
I'm gonna edit this faster. Oh, Holy Bible, easy to read. They coming up with anything. Then the king gave Shadrach, Meshach, and that billy goat, Abednego, more important jobs in the province of Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar's dream. I knew. See, y'all try to trap me. King Nebuchadnezzar sent this letter to the many nations in language. God has done many miracles. Lottie-dee, lottie-da. We thank the Lord.
Praise be.
So,
blessed be the fruit.
May the Lord open. He said, I was looking at those things in the vision while lying on my bed, and then I saw a holy angel coming down from heaven. He spoke very loud and said, cut down the tree and cut off its branches, strip off its leaves, scatter its fruit around. The animals that are under the tree will run away. The birds that are in its branches will fly away. But let the stump and roots stay and roots. Okay, let the stump and roots. My house was built. Stay in the ground. But the command to leave the stump of the tree and its roots in the ground means this: your kingdom will be given back to you. This will happen when you learn that Most High God rules your kingdom. So, King, please accept my advice. Stop sinning and do what is right. Stop doing bad things and be kind to poor people. Then you might continue to be successful. And it says all these things happened to King Nebuchadnezzar. 12 months after the dream, he was acting a fool, and they was like, look, we're going to fix it. Yeah. But anyway, so read it on your own time. But I guess that's the Lord been bringing that back to me, because I don't even think I read the story in full like that prior. You know, you be hearing stuff. Some stuff you're like, did I read this for myself? I haven't heard it in church of it all, or throughout life. But yeah, I think rest in peace, my boy Jerome, my plant that I had. He passed. Oh, no. And
I was really hoping he would pull through.
Thank you so much. But you see that stump over there?
I do. It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow back. Look at that.
I'm ready to cry. It's way over there under the fiddle. Jerome used to sit right here beside me on the shows and whatnot, and he used to live right here. And I was so devy because I felt like Jerome was a metaphor for me, in the sense of like so much is changing in my life. I was in an environment that wasn't it, but like, look, I'm this beautiful plant. I'm the number one plant in the building. You see what I'm saying? Because Jerome was our shooter, right? Love y'all down, but Jerome's our shooter to the other plants in the room. And I love Jerome. Jerome had been with me before I even worked at TikTok. Like, Jerome's with me. You see what I'm saying? And maybe since I was 24 years old, I'd had Mr. J. Dang. And so, yeah, I was just devy when I was like, he's getting sick. What's happening? Because he was the one that never had a problem. He was on top of his stuff.
The favorite child.
Well, I don't have favorites, but he was healthy and he was well. I didn't have to worry about him.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, Jerome just took a sudden turn for death. Dang. And I remember when I was trying to save him, I was like, Lord, like, is this a sign that I was in an environment that was toxic to me? But like, I'm just going to put it in some new soil and it'll be fixed. Still getting sick. So when he died, or like got to where we had to part ways, I was crying, because it's a weird experience. You know, those are my pets because allergies, but also because like, I thought that God was going to basically redeem the plant, right? Bring it back. I changed the soil. I repotted it. I did all the things, placed it in a new environment, gave it a fresh start, and it still wasn't working. And I was like, am I too going to die, Lord? Is that what this means? Like, I really took it far because it felt that way. You know, we were connected. So I was devastated because it symbolized to me like the amount of things that happened in my life, like serious relationship, job that like became so much related to my identity, both internally and other people's opinions. And then that, like, him being there through all of that, Mr. Jerome, and passing away, I was just like, this is the last thing. Like, everything is dead, including me here soon. So I cut off the top of Jerome's head. Okay. You had, because it was doing well. And I said, I'm going to try my best. Because I had taken another piece and it didn't propagate. So I was like, Lord, this is final ditch effort. Put him in the water. Maybe a month or two ago. When was that? And lo and behold, we got white roots.
Look at this.
And that box over there is some soil. I'm about to put Jerome into a new pot.
Look at that.
And so the Lord left the stump, okay, when we thought all was dead. And so I'm just like, wowzers. Okay, come in the room. What are you getting ready to do? I'm still eager to see. But it was just like, it's not going to look how you thought.
Absolutely.
and everybody being able to look at you and immediately recognize the beauty and like, oh, you popping, little thing stopping. Like that might not be the case anymore, right? We need to show that like Jerome is what Jerome is made of.
Yeah.
Not necessarily what he looks like. Okay, you just told me that. Thank you for telling me in front of Braids.
Yes, the revelation. You know,
hello, we praise God.
That was good. I love that for you, friend.
Isn't that cute?
No, that was really good.
So I think that like that could be in the scenario of Jerome. It's like, okay, like LinkedIn, Instagram, all those things that give you that validation.
Yeah.
I just realized so much over the past year, especially with getting the Masters in Secret, LOL. Which I think the Lord is funny how he lines stuff up, because I think him even preparing my mind and my heart to do that was him trying to shift in me like, you can do this without the applause of people.
That's really
we
good.
can do this just together.
Yes.
And so
and
now that I've got a taste of privacy.
It doesn't, okay, don't you always want it now?
It was a rookie mistake, because now I'm like, hello, I'm married.
Yeah, no, and that's how I feel too.
Really?
I like don't want to post anything unless it's like intentional or purposeful. And then I'm still trying to figure out what that even looks like. What is intentional and purposeful posting on socials now at this point?
You know, on this show, we're really big on the practical. So what are some practical things that members can do to just stay focused on their journey, individually you, without getting, you know, consumed with comparison and like doing it for the gram and whatnot?
Yeah. So a practical thing that I did, and it's just super simple. I just got off socials for a while. Like I got low. Like it's really that. It's not that deep.
Say got low.
I do. I love getting low. I think to your point of it being like privacy, you call it being, you know, being hidden, whatever you want to call it. I think that is a healthy thing to indoctrinate in your life, especially if you always live out loud. And you're very extroverted and you're always trying to support people and you doing the things. Yeah. Like there is a time and a season where you just need to be low and hidden. So I think a practical step is to just remove yourself from the platform. If you feel like you're going there and you feel like you're going into a cycle of comparison or the performance or just anything that isn't producing any type of joy or positive feeling, then you need to check that and be like, all right, maybe I just need to like remove this from my habits for a little while. And then once you're able to evaluate what that looks like, I started journaling. I know that that's also very like cliche, but like I wasn't a journaler. So I just got into journaling lately. And then also just like finding a therapist and finding like a good community that's outside of just being on your phone.
A real life physical.
like real people.
Hopefully.
Like not a parasocial.
Online community helps.
I mean, yeah, but no,
it's no supplement.
We don't want to all just solely rely on a parasocial environment. I think like you really need to like touch people and see them and look into their eyes and grasp. So those would be like practical things. And then if you pray and you believe in the Lord, like you know, have that conversation with him too. Like I think in this hidden season that I've had, I've been able to articulate and voice the things that have been hidden in my heart that I feel like I couldn't talk to him about in that time of being like, okay, like I don't feel good in this space anymore. How do I, like, what does this look like for you? Like, what is this time where just you and I to just kind of like talk and I can be frustrated and tell you that I'm frustrated and not have to be apologetic about it because he already knows about it anyway. Like there's a context, like if y'all have ever read the book of Job, for those of y'all haven't, it's about this guy who was super wealthy and the Lord, super good. Like he was good. Like who was that? Who would we compare Job to now?
Sorry.
You're so annoying. No, seriously. I feel like if we could put this in like a real life term, who would Job be?
Because who really is good?
Yeah, like who's really like
wicked?
Like up, and then like it kind of like let's say Philip and let's say Megan Ashley. Who?
Yeah.
Okay, Megan Ashley is Joe. Let's say like so Megan Ashley was like doing really, really well. She was super wealthy. Her podcast is popping.
Yeah.
She's on every platform, and then all of a sudden it gets stripped. Right? Imagine that happens, and we're like, dang, did she sin? Did she kill somebody? Did she sleep with somebody? Banned? Like what happened? We would start speculating.
They're almost equal.
Actually, if we're thinking about it in the context of real life Job, the devil went to Job and was like, well, the only reason why he's successful, he's wealthy, he's all these things. God and said that. Yeah, he was like, hey, he only has these things because you've blessed him.
Right.
He was like, well, if you strip those things,
we'll see.
We're going to see if he really bowed it, right?
He said he will curse you.
And he will curse you and die. But the Lord was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and see if he going to really like, you know, be out.
Because he already knew the end from the beginning.
He
already was like,
did.
hey,
my hand ain't going to fold.
The way we coming?
He's solid. So he was like, all right, go ahead.
Sometimes I just wish we didn't have to prove it.
Exactly. He said, now run up on him and see what happened.
Yeah.
He did.
But don't kill him. Don't touch a hair on his head.
Don't touch a hair on his head. Let him, spare him. Just kind of, poke him up a little bit.
Yeah, he gave him some boils.
He did.
I guess that wasn't technically his head. That he found a workaround. He did
rough him up a little bit.
Yeah.
And long story short, he was able to go through all that stuff. He stood 10 toes and he was able to like hold it down, right? So in that scenario, the Lord, like Job said a bunch of crazy things to God. His two friends was like, that's crazy. Like, why don't you just why don't you just curse God and die? And Job was like, no. Yeah. He was like, no. But the thing that I think I just got the revelation on recently was the reason why Job was able to say all those crazy things before God is because he was coming to him, having a conversation with him about it in prayer. Like he was saying, like, I don't like you. You suck. You're the worst person in the world. Why would you do this to me? And the Lord was like, you're still honoring me, unlike your friends who are saying good things about me, but it's not honorable because they're not coming to me in a communicative way, which is through prayer. Job was the only person that was able to actually get that revelation to be like, okay, I hate God right now, but at least I'm going to go to him in prayer and tell him I hate him. Because it was already in his heart to do that. So it's like God can work in the areas of where he's like, bro, exactly. I can't help you as a friend if I don't like. That's just common sense.
That's a relationship.
That's a true
intimacy
and realness, bro. And I like that's probably, and thank you, Holy Spirit, for that, because I don't know how it came back, but
he
the
really
Lord did
sent
it.
you up in here to tell me that personally,
okay,
and I'll tell you about it later.
Yes, no, seriously, because
we can know some of it, because
yes,
like whenever we've been like. Literally, I don't think I told you this, but my therapist the other day was like, well, plenty of people would have been, we just went to a shaman and gave it up. I said, damn, but should I be more worried than I am?
We might need
that notebook is like, pray for Marissa.
About a new one.
She's a believer. She's a believer. Shaman was, I was like, hello. It was a jump scare. But more so, and I'm like weary of being like, yeah, look at me. I stood beside him.
Yeah,
like, I'm praising myself in that way.
Yeah.
But I'm also very hard on myself, so that's a risk that I'll be like, you did it, Job. But I think, or Job, if you're nasty. But I just think like that really is what I think is being revealed to me, semi Lord willing, in some parts on the other side. Is like you really kept on talking to him.
Yeah. It if y'all have a chance, I think y'all should read it and really pay attention to that part. It is a lot. It's definitely, it encourages me, because it's like when I know I'm not happy with the Lord, I can literally just go to prayer and just tell him, like, I don't like you, bro. You kind of suck. And that's not a bad thing to do, because he already knows your heart anyway. So if my heart is already jaded towards him, wouldn't it make more sense to actually verbalize that? Because that's true honesty. That's true intentionality. That's true relationship.
He said, you cannot trick me.
You cannot trick me.
That's God. So
no, literally. So hopefully that encourages people. I think it's like, hey, get off of it.
Yeah.
Touch grass, go talk to some people, talk to the Lord, journal out, cry it out, do whatever you feel like you need to do. Find healthy conduits for yourself, because it's not going to look the same for everybody, but find something that works for you and stick to it. Like, social media is not real life anyway.
Yeah.
And I think because we grew up on it, I think we feel like we have this allegiance to these apps, but it's like, bro, like, we lived real life before them. We can live real life after them too.
Go play with the street lights.
Go
and
something.
We're grown now. We
can be outside without the street lights, bro.
I won't, because danger. But
danger do be afoot.
I like to be on my couch. But with that being said, I'm not as mixy as the rest.
Shut up. That's old me.
Just one eye.
That's my former life.
Well, come on.
One of my many.
A new thing has come.
Hello, a new thing has ushered in.
Is gone.
Come on.
Well, with that, I know we've been like really focused on social media, but I think this kind of goes into the next question. And as we wind down, like, what's your advice for just setting those boundaries? We talked a lot about like seeking the approval of other people, posting less, maybe like posting more casually. Like, how do you set those boundaries with yourself and with those who feel entitled to your business? So like, for example, some of the of grad school was like people that are my friends or whatever it is, and being like, hey girl, I saw you this year and little did you know. Like, that was kind of fun in a way, because you didn't need to know. But that's neither here nor there. I love ya. But I don't know. I think just in real life, right, taking it away from socials, even though socials are so intertwined into the conversation. Like, how do I set the boundary with myself if I'm not living for these people's approvals? And how do I set the boundary that you're not entitled to my business.
Yeah. So for me, the way that I've been able to set boundaries, like, well, what am I doing it for? Like, who am I actually doing any of this postings or living for? Am I living my life for these people? And if I feel like I am, then that's another conversation I feel like I would need to have. But beyond that, none of y'all niggas pay my bills. No way. So that's really, I think, where it comes down to the root. Yes, there's spirituality, but then there's just real life where it's like, you're not actually funding my life. So no, hello? Because
my dad used to say 3 F's, but I'll keep it PG because we just talked about Jesus. If you're not feeding, financing, or
philandering, fornicating,
is that
philandering? I was really trying to get there.
I think that's a P. It's an F-I-L.
Philander. Fornication.
Inserts the definition.
Yeah.
If you're not doing one of those, okay then.
Because it's
and even if you are, okay then.
No.
I'm grown.
Exactly. So. I think we need to, like, everybody always talks about autonomy, but like, do we actually have autonomy? Because you have you have the final say to do what you want to do. If you feel like it's unhealthy and if you feel like you're not getting something good out of being around an environment, people, socials, whatever, then like choose to not be on it and find something to do. Like,
even though sometimes I can feel like a crack itch, like there are actual, not to be like education, but there are actual like brain, like that's the tech girlies. That's built in the dopamine effect, immediate gratification.
Listen,
it's all built in. The UVs on your screen, they're all built in to keep you there.
As a person that was a data analyst for the competitor app to TikTok, I literally had to watch and create segments of data that was behavioral.
Consumer behavior.
Yes. So it's like,
so that we can make your behavior more addictive.
Correct. So I'm literally watching how long you stay in the app. And if you weren't staying on the app a certain amount of time, I was talking to account managers to be like, hey, make sure your creator is doing X, Y, and Z, because we see this person likes this person. Is crazy, actually. The science of
now I'm the creator.
It's crazy. So just get off, set a boundary. And what does a boundary look like for you? You're going to have to set that. I don't, like, for me, it's just like, I don't want to put too much time in an application that's not paying my bills. That's my boundary. Yeah. So I'm not giving that to people that don't deserve that part of my life. Right. So I'm not getting anything. If I'm not gaining anything from it, then maybe I shouldn't put too much into it.
But even if you are, I think for the social side of it, if you are a creator, like it could very well be paying your bills. Yeah. So we're not telling you cut that off forever.
We're not saying that.
But it's like finding within, I think something that's difficult. Sometimes I want to do like social media fast, and I quite literally work in social media. So then I'm like, oops, I'm on the app. Surprise. Yeah. Because it's also like habit almost. I hide the app and move it around and stuff and delete it. That's the best way, because I'll type it in and forget. But I think that if that is the case, like you're saying, finding what works for you and trying to stick to that is also a boundary. And if it's like in person, sometimes that's your parents, like, oh, my parents want me to be doing this and I'm not. Try to, like, that is a whole, we have an episode on boundaries about 2-3 episodes back. Watch that and come back to this. Pause, go watch that, and definitely come back and finish this one out, because I feel like that really is a good conversation starter and thought sparker on how you can navigate your life for yourself, because at the end of the day, you are living your life, like you said. So
and why are you doing it? I just would check your intentions.
What's your why?
Check your intentions, your why, and your motives about what you're doing.
Anything. Posting, pursuing a degree, like whatever that is, pursuing a man. What are you doing that for?
Yeah, what is your intention? Oof. Like, I think that should be the question that we ask ourselves about anything. Yeah. I know this is specific about socials, but so like, what is your intention when you're posting about whatever? If you're giving your whole life's business, is it a testimony? Is it supposed to encourage somebody? Are you just trying to inspire somebody? Like, what
is it for engagement?
Is it for engagement?
Are you posting that so your crush responds?
Yeah, like, are you being thirsty? Like, what are...
Okay, thirsty is strong.
And that's fine. I think we can call a spade, because I know when I was being thirsty, I was... my intent.
For me,
I was trying to... Okay, inviting you to... be thirsty.
Oh yeah, I'm not being thirsty.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying thirsty blanketly. I don't think I'm like So what would be?
I don't think trap is so strong. I'm encouraging a welcome invitation.
I don't really like thirst trap per se.
Seeking attention, seeking approval,
soliciting.
Now we're prostitutes. Let's wind it down. Whatever reason you're doing it for is up to you and your business.
But breadcrumbing.
I guess decide if.
I like that one. That sounds fun.
Breadcrumbing is bad. It means a bad thing.
Breadcrumbing
is when, like, you text somebody here and there, and you just give them just enough to keep them hooked. So we can't use therapy terms, because that's the problem.
I mean,
are you peacocking?
I don't know if I like that one either. I feel like breadcrumbing could be like
leaving hints and trails. Okay, Hansel.
And that's like an oxymoron. No? Okay, well, I tried. I thought breadcrumbing sounded cute.
There are crumbs that come from bread. This time for us to wrap up. That's a sign. So
the blonde came out because I was like, maybe we're trying to put it together like bread.
Just a little bit of ombre. Oxymoron. Now it's a blonde moment.
You know,
okay.
You know, I had to blame it on something, child. That was because that was kind of great.
You lucky I'm not braids right now.
Oh, you know,
you doing the braids because then I'll be like, we both blonde. We're glitching, but
malfunction.
I think overload. I think like finding the why is what I'm getting from that. And then deciding if that why is enough of a motivation for you to keep up with what you're on.
Absolutely.
And if it's not,
then
we got to make our adjustments.
Yeah.
Very good. So what happens from that? When you stop living for other people, it's time for people to stop being polite and start getting real. The real world. That's how it sounded. So when you stop living for other people and start showing up for yourself, what shifts? How does that change like the way you move through life?
Yeah, I found in my own life, I just have a lot more peace and freedom because I'm just living for the applause of what I feel like the Lord is calling me to do or what I feel like is motivating and moving me. That brings me pureness and happiness and just satisfaction. So like, yeah, when I create those boundaries, because again, I wasn't a person that had boundaries. I lacked them. When I found them, I was able to have so much more peace and soundness in the individual that I know I am. Yeah, like I know that it's all very cliches, which I hate, but like it's real and it becomes real and less cliche when you're actually walking it out.
It feels that way as well.
I think so. Like now I can say I'm so secure about myself. I don't care a lot about a lot of things anymore. Like I don't have the need to perform. There was a lot of healing that took place in my soul around that, which is your mind, your will, and your emotions. And when those things are not in alignment, it causes a lot of friction in areas in life. So like I think that's really what the root is. If there's friction in your soul, again meaning your mind, your will, and your emotions, you're going to do things for the validation to heal your mind and your will and your emotions. That friction is constantly going to be there. So it's like for me now, I have so much peace in my mind and my will and my emotions because I'm not doing things in search of trying to heal that thing anymore. Yeah, I'm completely whole in the fact that like I know how to be a daughter in Christ, and I know how to be a daughter just in regular life because I'm not trying to perform for them. I've done those accolades, and now I can just be like, hey, if I don't achieve another thing in life, I'm okay. I am okay. That's like a long time. Yeah. But like, I can honestly say that I truly, truly mean that. Like, if nothing else good comes into my life, like I'm still okay with that. Because I just have like, I truly do believe that. Like, I just feel okay because I feel free in the fact that I'm not performing anymore. Like, it sounds so basic and just annoying, but like, I really like do feel like, oh man, like I feel fine. Like I feel, yeah, I'm really good. I think that that's true contentment and peace when you're just like, bro, really. And that's how I feel like I walk around. Like sometimes you just be like, what? And I'll be like, yeah, like I just, another day. Letting the Lord lead, bro.
I think when I get a few years older,
I'll
be where you're at.
And right now, it's wisdom, I guess. But I don't act. I guess maybe I am fully in my auntie era now. Like I feel like I still have my childish moments, but I think the peace of God has made me kind of auntie.
Oh, okay. The peace of God has removed the silly.
It has moved me. It has made me a little bit.
It's the peace of God.
It is. Okay. It's the peace of God that kind of keep me whole. Whatever.
Hello. It surpasses my understanding.
Hello.
I'll tell you
and
that
it
much.
Will if you let it. If you let it do it.
Amen. Praise God.
Come on, for you and I and you too.
Reach out and grab.
Reach out and touch
your neighbor.
Reach. Yes. Okay, come on now. Wait. Did I answer that question?
You did, in the sense of like the peace that it's given you is like a side effect of that.
Run it to me one more time. I want to make sure
it was just like what happens, what shifts, and how does that change the way you move through life?
Yeah.
So you answered it.
Okay, I just making sure what happened.
Great job. It was very well rounded.
Some
of these are double in one. It's a test. So we're gonna close out on bids on our show, or just questions, letters, etc. The girls wanted to know, which, sorry, girlie, I hope you were paying attention because we kind of answered this a little earlier, but the back half of it I do think is worth the mention.
Okay.
So the question overall was just how can I overcome feeling like I have to live up to others' expectations of me on and offline? I'm known for sharing different aspects of my life, but I've noticed that I immediately want to be validated in what I share. And I feel like if I don't have any big news to share, then I am failing.
You go first and then I'll go.
You clearly saw I was ready to not speak.
Oh,
I'm just like, because that's a doozy.
It is. But I appreciate the transparency.
Well, that's what we're all about here.
Amen.
We're bidding on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think overcoming the feeling, like we've kind of talked about that this episode, obviously, on like their expectations on and offline. I think it's kind of about keeping promises to yourself. Like I think when the girlies online are like, how did you build self-confidence? How do you build self-trust? And it's like doing small things adds up to a big way.
I love that.
So if it's like, I'm going to go to this thing and I'm just going to know about it. Now, mind you, that's difficult because sometimes part of the fun really is yapping about it.
Fair.
Like it's even down. I think about this with dating, right? Like sometimes I swear this is like actually science and it's just in the cosmos. But sometimes, you know how it's that joke where it's like the minute you mention a man, he acts a fool.
Yeah.
It's just physics.
Science, I guess.
It's above me now.
Yeah.
I'm just going with the law of the universe, right? So it's similar to that in the sense of, like, I go through where I'm like, but I want to screenshot this text because it's fun if we talk about it as a group. That's part of the fun.
Yes.
And it's like, no, girl, like you have to start kind of, because I literally had to tell myself, like, okay, well, is mine going to be at the altar? You know what I mean? Like, because this going to be you and him, allegedly.
It's gonna
you
be.
know. So don't get up there and be like, I married my best friend. I'm going to fold my arms. But nonetheless, right? Like, we all have to stand before the Lord alone. So it's finding a way to, like, validate yourself. Even if that's like, hey, I'm really proud of, like literally talking to yourself, looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
I really have lately been like, hey, I got you and God got us.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like just building those little moments with yourself. I think this is a process. It's a journey. It's important to note. Like none of these things, in my experience, at least, have happened overnight.
Absolutely.
And a lot of what we're saying about putting in boundaries in place, like not allowing people to speak to you or speak into things in your life in a way that makes you feel like if you're not living up to their expectations, you are failing.
Correct.
Some of that is setting a boundary where they don't even, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Yeah.
Like you have to, you have to like,
no, for sure.
block that out as much as possible. And then just even with yourself, this is very difficult, but like a boundary for me is sometimes certain people from certain situations. It's kind of like you break up with somebody and I used to hate people, cold turkey. I don't want to do that. But legitimately, no good can come. Okay.
From what?
Not Nazareth, because that was not true. Good came from Nazareth in Jesus. But
oh
no good can come from going on an ex's page.
Absolutely.
There's no
good.
There's
There's nothing that you can
I haven't found
it. No, like that's actually not
you know what I'm saying?
ever gonna be smart. You're
under
not
any
smart.
You're not smart.
I'm not stupid. You're not smart. No, it's never smart.
If you're doing that, we're not calling you not smart.
No, if you don't know
we've
that,
all
bro,
been
like,
there.
come on.
I'm gonna insert it. Turn this off. Like that, you're driving the viewers away, effing up my conversions. I'm screaming. Listen, this episode coming out very soon here.
Soon.
And very soon we're going to. We are going to see the king. The double clap is so
soon. What key were you in?
I'll try to find it.
I can tell it was not there. Wow. She said soon to the rafters, baby. She said to the heavens. Because wow. I said now where?
My hand coming back down to match my register.
Wasn't
it's
it?
crazy.
Wasn't it?
I was like laughing in this bitch.
That was really tragic.
Hey.
It was a song to the Lord though. It's fine.
Make a joyful noise.
Should we try again? Because that was really bad. And a one. And a two.
I'm not
and
you
soon,
soon, I mean here with Whitney Houston.
You know that's my favorite. R.I.P. Whitney.
Go too soon.
She really is.
That's what soon.
Favorite.
Soon is how quickly she was gone. Too soon. Too soon.
Okay,
Too soon.
No, that was crazy.
No,
it really was. It really.
Right down the road.
Oh, I know.
Whenever I
the first time I went to the BHH, that was the first thing I said. I said, "This is
BHH
crazy."
is ridiculous. I'm done with her, y'all. I gotta get her out of here because calling the BHH is a mixed thing to do.
Is it?
I've never heard anyone refer to it as that, so I'm assuming you were running up and through there, and that's why you call it that. Am I
have
wrong?
some stories. There was this one time
Oh,
that I don't know how I met this man. He was a drug dealer, right? But I didn't know he was a drug dealer until I knew he was a drug dealer, and I met him. I was at the Astoria rooftop bar, which is actually in the BHH. So I was meeting this man. He was at the bar. His name,
drug dealer.
He was a drug dealer. We met him. We hit it off. We having a great conversation. I just got back from Coachella. God, this story is actually so crazy.
You weren't tired? That's your
no,
problem.
I was
that was
never.
Crazy, I had a desert
okay,
run.
as someone who just became a securely attached individual, my attachment style back then was very codependent and like.
How you were avoiding it?
Isn't that crazy? So I think I was more like disorganized. I think I was a disorganized attached.
That sounds disorganized. Just what you said.
I think I think I was disorganized, but my romantic part came through as avoidant. Anyway, so I met this man. We hit it off. He bought all the drinks. Then we go to dinner. He brings his wife.
Oh, you told me this.
The dinner, and it was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And I was like, wow, this is my life. I'm having dinner.
They were looking for a third.
You know, that never came up.
Are you sure?
This is when I was still working as a data analyst. I think that they just want. I've had one threesome and it was just not for me. So no, I just was like
saying I've had one threesome.
It wasn't for me.
As if that's like
I mean like
none.
that. I mean one.
You got ready
compared to like so many people. I mean, isn't that like a thing people do? I don't know, but
the way I'm set up.
Oh, you couldn't have one at all. I mean, I'm not advocating for it. If that's your thing, then do what you want to. But I'm saying for me, it wasn't my experience. I don't think I'm
cut. Lord willing, knock on wood for jail, and I think that is a slippery slope. 1 minute is King Nebuchadnezzar, now it's
both. This is duality, and that's the thing.
It's the dichotomy of it all.
Yeah, the dichotomy of it all and duality. I think more of us that are Christian girlies like myself that don't feel like that are weird. I don't think I'm a weird girl. Like I still believe in both. Like I feel like I want to give you a housewife quote.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I want to talk about the realities of a threesome.
Okay.
And I still want to talk about the word of God because I think all of those things can exist. And we should make that more of like a thing that people see in this Christian walk. I think salvation has gotten like this really weird
washed over.
Yeah, it's gotten this really weird stigma of just being like you are boring and you wear skirts to your ankles and like you wear those doily things and like it's just very like it's just very sad, and I feel like we just need to usher in the new wave of the people that are like, no, like I love Jesus and I'm not lukewarm and I can still laugh at a Nene quote.
Right. I might not be headed out for a threesome tonight.
Now that is actually not happening anymore. No, but I'm just saying that was my former life.
Lived.
You know what I'm saying? I lived.
Look at what God does.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at
what he can do.
Okay, give him glory.
If you let him. Hallelujah.
By the word of our testimony.
Come on.
So
we want to hear yours one day.
I don't think I have anything to contribute in that area. I'm starting to wonder. I don't think I have anything to say.
Yeah,
that'll even
that was in college.
Pique your eyebrow.
Yeah, it was very young. I was in college.
I'm mixing that up with the drug dealers.
Oh, definitely not that.
Strippers. That's how I feel. You know when 2 Chainz is like, or that's how.
No. I was not gonna do that.
Wow, that intrusive thought just broke through, and there was no resistance for me to holler out strippers.
You did, and I was with it. See, duality, the dichotomy of it all.
And for that reason, girl, we trying to answer your question, but that's my bad. What about you?
Yeah, the question meaning. No, I think I kind of remember. She's saying that she has a hard time with validation. And she posts things wanting to get that immediate response.
Correct. And she feels like if she doesn't have something to post that's like big news for the people to go up about, then she's like failing.
Got it.
Like that's her barometer of success.
Ooh, okay.
Like, oh, dang, she worked there. Oh, she got that. Oh, she with him. Like, whatever, I guess it is. I don't want to insert that for the girl, but.
Yeah. I mean, like my good sis just said, it's just going to be more of the same. I ain't got really much more else to say. I feel like I've already been yapping the same thing repetitively low-key anyway.
Lock that
in. For me, I think you should just check your motive about why you're doing it. Because if you're doing it for the people, you will live and die by the people. You need to make sure that you are doing it for yourself. You will. That is a fact.
But what if that's a part of the joy is like, I accomplished this thing and I want to share it. Like, what if she's words affirmation?
But she doesn't have... I could agree with that, but it doesn't sound like she has joy from it because she's saying that she literally has like a trepidation feeling of like, ooh, if I don't post something that's deemed
worthy,
then she crumbles, it sounds like. So I would say that she probably doesn't have a healthy relationship with it based on her saying those things. That's just me using context clues. for me, you know what I'm saying? But like, again, I think I would just check your relationship with why you're posting it. If it's specifically for the audience that you're always posting for, that's going to always let you down. Like if you're doing it for yourself, that's different. Like, yeah, you're like saying, yeah, like if I just want to post it and I have my own joy from that.
Life update.
Yeah, then that's perfectly fine. But if you're doing,
I mastered it.
Yeah, hello, take a chapter from the good sis over here.
I'm screaming.
But literally, she did that for herself, not because she wanted somebody else to applaud her that she went to USC and did it secretly. Yeah. So I would say if you're not doing it for you, then you need to question who you're doing it for. And if you're doing it for somebody else, then that's already something that you probably need to have a conversation with yourself about.
Full stop, you think? Like you don't think there's a balance of like some of the joy being like, look at what I've accomplished?
Yes, if she believes and if she's doing it for herself first, but I don't. Got you. Yeah, I don't think.
So like in the scenario of grad school, right? It's like I did it for myself first, and it's like, oh, update. Guess what? I also was kind of just excited that like I kept it.
Yeah, that you kept. Yes,
so it's kind of like fun and silly to be like surprise.
Yeah,
like that's so silly.
No, I get that.
Surprise is crazy,
but I like that because you went through a process. Yes, it's a balance, and I think that is what I think I'm trying to articulate.
No, I'm gathering.
Yeah, so hopefully, I thought I was landing it, but maybe I didn't stick
like
it.
Giselle. No, you just did.
Okay,
I was just helping it tie.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I mean. Let me make sure, like, let's just read it again so I can hear the context.
How can I overcome feeling like I have to live up to others' expectations of me on and offline? Mm-hmm. I'm known, she said, the people know her for sharing different aspects of my life. But I've noticed self-awareness is there. We praise God. That's already good sign. We're on the right trajectory. Mm-hmm. You know, we're balancing it. That I immediately want to be validated in what I share. And I feel like if I don't have any big news to share, then I am failing.
Mm-hmm. See, yeah, I think I answered it the way that I wanted to. Failing, known for, and if I don't have anything big. Yeah, those three things to me would render a conversation with yourself about who you're doing it for. That's all. And I think you can still post if you're known for things. And if the answer is
I'm doing it for other people,
yes,
then we go to the why is that.
Yes.
And the why is that I'm doing it for validation. Mm-hmm. Then what?
Then what's missing that you feel like you need to get it validated from either people you do or do not know? Can you get that from, like, is there something that you can do internally that you're missing? Or is there, like, what can you do for yourself first that give you that that missing piece? Or where can you find that doesn't pull from an environment that makes you go up and down?
It's fluctuating.
Yeah.
How do we stabilize?
Mm-hmm. And I think that's different for everybody. I don't like giving those, like,
maybe there isn't an answer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, you can give anecdotal things and be like, yeah, of course. But I think that's whack. I think you need to, I think it also forces people to have conversations with themselves. Yeah. I think that's a thing that people.
And try things out.
Why are we afraid to do that now? Do we not enjoy self-talk
we want a quick fix
anymore?
Answer.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I think that we should go back to having self-talk that is like healthy and
somebody
balanced.
Gets it. Me when I'm talking to myself.
Yeah,
finally.
No, but somebody around here gets
it.
But I had read this article where it's like not everybody has like that internal dialogue. Like they don't.
I cannot imagine that.
Which is so crazy. So I give grace to those people that don't have that.
I don't know. I don't think they deserve grace because it is a little different. You're already blessed. I'm jealous because in some ways, because I would never forget somebody told me I get in the shower.
Okay, wait.
And I'm just in the shower. I'm like, what do you think about like, oh, bubbles? And they were like, correct.
What? No, that's like the best time to think.
I'm suffering from mental illness.
Okay.
Like you are living on the whole
illness.
Illness is crazy. So no grace for you. You've already been blessed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, keep posting, girl, if that's what you're known for. But if it's gonna
shut up.
But if it's gonna bring you down, then maybe you should circle back to the drawing board.
And it's kind of just like known for I think it kind of gets to a place not to degrade other people, but it's like
and that's what I'm saying.
Who are you?
And
who is Todd?
What? Who is Todd? A Todd that's
a scheme.
Todd
this seemed like a scheme he set up.
It kind of does.
This might be Todd that wrote in. I don't know. Wrote in is so funny.
But no, peace be with you, my sister.
Yeah, because I resonate with that. I definitely do, and I think that it's like taking small steps to add up to hopefully an overall shift.
Amen. Because I think that we have all been in that place, girl. Yeah. Like, and no one's trying to tell me.
Very normal.
It is.
And that is, for me, part of the thrill. Like,
I get it. It's fun. You want to give yourself a little bit of thrill. I get it.
Yeah.
But if it's unhealthy, which it slightly sounds like it could be, then you have to really have a conversation to be like, what am I not getting?
And how can I
shift that from being like a quick dopamine hit from these people that I do not know, and how can I do, and how can I make a sustainable experience of joy and contentment in my everyday life? What are those things that look like? Only you can answer that, God willing.
And the best way they can do that is just by talking to themselves.
I think by
Lord,
journaling
therapy,
talking to a person that you feel accountable to. I guess mentors.
Just digging deep is what we're getting.
Yeah, self-reflection, accountability with others. I think relationship with your people. Like if there's a person that you feel like you can truly be vulnerable with, like Tay, like, hey, I have this problem. What's going on? Do you think, you know what I'm saying? Go to somebody you trust.
Yeah. And give yourself grace along the way.
Absolutely.
About to ask the last question, but.
No, okay, I'm excited. I want to make this fun. I want to give
this is the ending. Well,
I do. I kind of want to give it an unserious. Oh, dang.
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
Okay, let's see.
But we always ask our guests this. Is a classic question.
Okay.
You know, Jennifer Hudson has her little singing tunnel. We have this. She wanted to be like us.
Aaron,
that's Mufasa. Well, call me Aaron. The moans in the microphone is. I saw a TikTok, or was it a comment on? It was him and Skepta, and somebody said, "Facts." Somebody said, the next slide on one else, I was like, "That green-eyed devil was no chick." I was like, "Damn, whoa!" Because they were just saying Skepta is so fine, like that's cute. Mufasa.
I didn't know he was like that much older than
me. He got a whole child. How old Aaron Pierre's like my age. I want to say. Well, is he not?
I don't know. He was saying like that could be my nephew. I was like, well, how old are you, Skepta?
Nigga, what?
I'm gonna have to Google that one.
Like 40s.
Is he really?
The last time that I checked, like
he's a good looking man. Honestly, all the older men are kind of eating up the younger boys. Aaron's probably the last. Everybody want to be a bad beat.
The older men give men.
Exactly. Like Morris Chestnut's been fine all of my life.
All of it.
And he still look good.
Skepta's 42 years old.
Dang, that's actually gagging me.
I was about to type in Aaron Mufasa.
Aaron,
my boy, my man.
How old is Aaron?
30. He's 2 years older than me.
Oh yeah, the young ones aren't really doing it like that no more.
Oop. Well, 90's fine. They call it the 90s for a reason. They all say 2020 is fine. And on that note, womp. Boo. Loser. Loser. How are you going to bid on you in this next season of life?
You know, I am going to almost really had to resist to not make this churchy. I was about to be like, I'm not going to bid on me. I'm going to bid on the Lord.
Well, people have said that. And that's the best bet.
Yeah, you know, because again, as someone who has lived multiple lives, right? And had an issue with control and also just had entitlement issues. I don't want to rely on my own will to try to achieve anything in my life anymore, because the moment that I relinquished control and I really just kind of like came to the end of myself, really, where it's just like, bro, I clearly am just a girl and I might be stupid and my frontal lobe may not be all the way there.
Smart.
I might, like Nene was talking to me. So it's like,
she tagged you.
Yeah, like I felt that like, I may not be that bright because the things that I were trying to do in my own, like this crazy plan that I have for my life and the way that it did not happen and the way so many crazy just life things happened to me that I'm like, I don't want to bet on me. Maybe I'll just put everything in the will of my Father and let him navigate the things. And since I have relinquished that of control, this is fairly new. Over the last year, my life has been better. I have received blessings that I never thought that I would receive. I have received clarity that I never thought I received. I have so much soundness in myself because I know how to be a daughter in Christ. That has allowed me to just be like, I don't know anything. I'm going to just put everything on you, Lord. So I bid on my Father because he really just takes care of it all for me. I don't know anything, and the wisdom that I do have, I'm thankful for, but that didn't even come from me. That came from him too. So that's it.
Which in turn is bidding on you because you are submitting your free will that he gives us to serve and follow and seek him.
Yeah, I mean, but the free will is like I could make another choice that's not of that.
And that's bidding on you to lock in with the true source. Get with the winning team, ho.
Oh,
Sorry.
get with the
Jesus,
winning
not me.
team, ho.
Jesus, Jocelyn, potato. And on that note,
it was Jocelyn. I forgot. Dang, I forgot who.
Jesus, Jocelyn,
Get with the winning team,
Aaron, Pierre,
Hey,
that's
mate.
Mufasa. Call me, everybody.
Hey, mate. I see you got your maid outfit
Like
like
you
you
always
always
do.
do.
Thank y'all for watching.
Amen.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Love you guys. Definitely hate to seek validation right now, but make sure you follow the show. And we'll see you next time.
That was
Mwah.
good.
Brunch. You know I'm always being a silly goo.
Oh, I got delivered. Praise God.
You got some food? Come.
No, I just ordered some hair.